That is a lot of the time how you feel when you're self-sabotaging and not even knowing you're doing it. So that is what this video is going to talk about. So let's get into it. Woo! Oh my gosh, a pine needle just poked me in the ass. Hey guys, welcome back to Kindness Timeless Tunnel Vision. I am KT and this is KT TV. So today's episode, we are going to talk about self-sabotage and my 5 tips and tricks to kind of counteract the self-sabotage to where you don't actually self-sabotage. So we will get into all of this here now. So welcome back, guys. Today I wanted to talk about self-sabotage, and I am here in this beautiful cemetery, which I am so grateful to all the energies here letting me do this. I'm all respect and gratitude here. Also, before, right when I pulled up, there was a beautiful deer, which I'll put at the end of this video if you want to see for yourself what I saw. It was so close to me, it was beautiful. And I know that's a spirit animal because I see it a lot when I'm out in nature, but it's not what this video is about. So we will get into that, which it is about, the video. So what is this video about? First off, I want to explain a little bit about self-sabotaging and why we do it. This is an amazing book, The Big Leap by Gray Hendricks. And it talks a lot about self-sabotage as well. And he calls it the upper limit belief. So we have all these predetermined thermostat settings on what we believe we can achieve and our success status. And when we hit those walls or those ceilings, we tend to do things that will sabotage that success because of other things feeling unworthy for that success. So that is kind of what self-sabotaging is. And recently I have found myself doing this a couple times, and that's why I wanted to do this video, because I have seen how my 5 tips here that I'm going to share with you really do help you understand what's going on, so then you can stop sabotaging your success and know that you are worthy of it. So just a little backstory here. Oh man, there's so much sap. It's okay. Just a little backstory here. I found myself self-sabotaging a couple times in the last couple months. And not to get into too much detail, but I could see that I was bringing back old belief patterns and limiting beliefs and unhealthy thought patterns, and which then kind of snowballed into unhealthy habits and old programming. So that was really, I want to say maybe 2 months ago is when I really first saw it for the first time. And then just recently, if you follow me on Instagram, you know it might have got a little heated last week, and that's okay. I am not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, and I've never said I don't have a temper, and especially when it's something I'm passionate about or if someone attacks my character, which I feel like many people can relate to that. So enough of that. Back on track. But that was me realizing I was starting to self-sabotage myself. Oh, hello. So that was me realizing that I was starting to self-sabotage. And by my first tip, which we will get into right now, is be aware that you're self-sabotaging. I know it sounds so cliche and duh, but seriously, though, I've been self-sabotaging for years, and just recently on this new spiritual journey, because it's a process, you continue to awaken to things on this journey. So when I started taking notice of what I was doing, the habits I was doing, the insecurities I was feeling, the behaviors I was realizing that those were old patterns coming up, and that those were no longer serving a positive purpose in my life. And when we acknowledge these things, this is where we can reprogram or recommit to our new beliefs and our new programming. So that is my first tip. Be aware that you're self-sabotaging. Okay, so let's get into my second tip here. And that is one that is something I am still working on to this day. is to not criticize yourself. Excuse you, wind, blowing my hair into my mouth, excuse me. Is to not self-criticize. To not criticize yourself for falling back into those old habits and patterns, because that is how you keep yourself there. So by one, using my first tip, acknowledging that you're doing that. Two, do not criticize yourself for doing that. Like, allow yourself to feel these emotions that are coming up. Feel whatever thoughts are coming up. Feel where you are disconnected. And that is how you can help to overcome that self-criticizing, which keeps us in that lower vibrational energy, which keeps us in self-sabotaging. So we will get into my third tip here now. So my third tip is reconnecting with the present moment. So once you have been aware of your patterns, your thought patterns, your destructive behavior, the fact that you're self-sabotaging, and then you feel those feelings coming up, and you do not criticize yourself for whatever is coming up, because when we feel our feelings, that's how we can truly release them. Our feelings just want to be heard, and then they can move on and manifest and transmutate into more positive and productive feelings and energy, allowing you to raise your vibration. And now for my third tip, which would be reconnect with the present moment. So whatever you have to do to ground yourself with that moment. I like to think about 5 things I'm grateful for. I like to focus on my breath. That really helps me connect to myself in the moment again, and to not let my thoughts wander crazily, and to really be present with the abundance that you already have in your life, in your world, in this world. And so reconnecting with the moment is my third tip for you to really help yourself to not continue the pattern of self-sabotage. So next tip is going to be number four. Yes, I love this tip. And it has helped me tremendously. I put it on my vision boards. I say it daily. When I do my new moon and full moon rituals, I put it on like little note cards. And if you guys have seen those videos, you understand what I'm talking about. And even if you don't, you know what I'm talking about, writing things on note cards. So, and then just saying it daily. So I literally will light my incense daily and say my mantras. So a couple mantras that have helped me and this helps because it realigns your programming to more positive programming. So when you say these mantras, it will help your subconscious mind be like, oh yeah, we're not doing that anymore. We're positive thinking. We're not thinking about limiting beliefs. We're believing in ourselves, things like that. So these mantras that I use, and I'll give a couple examples, and you can make your own. Whatever relates or resonates with you, honestly, is going to be the best mantra for you. So one of them is, I got this. I literally say it every single morning when I post my affirmations. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I do post my daily affirmations. And at the end, I usually say, I got this. And it helps. It helps a lot when those self-doubts and those old limiting beliefs start to creep into your mind to try to rewire what you're unwiring, basically. Another mantra I love to use is, things are always working out for me, even when they seem like they are not. And I will continue to say that into my head until I start to feel my vibrational energy raise. So things are always working out for me, even when they seem like they are not. So when things seem to be going wrong, this is how I pull myself back and have courage and faith that what I'm doing is me being on the right path. So I love that mantra. And this mantra that I'm going to share with you is actually from this book. So I highly recommend it. I'm already done with it. It was a quick read, very interesting, good stuff in here. So his mantra was, I expand in abundance, success, and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. So I expand in abundance, success, and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. So I love that mantra. That mantra is one for like ultimate success and one to help with the upper limit problem, which he talks a lot about in this book, is when we reach our ceilings, that's when we start self-sabotaging, and that's where these tips can come into play. So my fifth and final tip is, again, it's kind of like tip number 4, so maybe I should say there's 4 tips you should know, but it's really being grounded in this moment. So bringing yourself back to grounding yourself. If that's taking your shoes off and feeling the earth, this is why I like to sit on the ground. I like to feel the energy of the earth. It helps me feel grounded and rooted to the universe, to the planet, and things like that. So that's what I mean. To do those things that really make you feel grounded and whole again. Meditation for me. I realized that I was not meditating daily anymore, and not anymore, I would say I missed like a couple days, and I could tell how that affected my vibrational energy, my mindset. I have been battling a head cold and I haven't been able to work out like I normally do. So I'm finding that when you don't have your normal resources, gosh, words are hard for me today. Who am I kidding? They're hard for me most days. But when you don't have your normal resources that help you with your mindset, this is what this also taught me, was I will fall into ways of self-sabotaging. And when my routine is out of whack, or I can't do what I normally do, working out is a huge way I keep my mindset balanced and my energy more focused and more positive. Is I get it out, I get all that negativity out when I work out. That's my space for that. So when I can't do that, I've noticed it throws me into a self-sabotaging spiral as well. So that is my 5th tip, is to stay connected to your true self, to be grounded with yourself, to do something daily that grounds you to yourself and your goals. So whatever that might be for you, to do it daily and to ground yourself with yourself. So to really be in tune with your true self is what I'm trying to spit out of my mouth. So those are my 5 tips, guys. And I hope that they gave you some sort of guidance, some sort of way to understand when you're self-sabotaging, what to do when you notice that, because acknowledgement is the first tip. And honestly, it's the most important tip, because without it, you don't understand what's coming up to heal and to grow from it. So like I said earlier, this is something I'm still working on, but I have found that these tips that I just shared with you really have helped me understand the process and to understand when I'm self-sabotaging and how I can come out of that. Because the more I use these tips, the faster I come out of my self-sabotage and back into realignment with my true self, our true selves. That's where we want to be. That's how we manifest in a beautiful life, is when you are truly aligned with your true self and you are grounded within the present moment. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And remember, if you like my videos, like if you like, and subscribe below if you want to see more of my videos. I am so grateful. And peace, love, and namaste. Did I go to make my video and I see this beautiful guy? He's probably like, what is this chick doing? Look at him. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful.